A master trumpeter is visiting Kent State. Find out who it is and when you can learn from him.
Weekly Wellness Wednesday, hosted by Kent State of Wellbeing, is tonight. Hear about what the event will entail.
Kent's weather is looking a bit gloomy. More from me to learn how to be prepared.
Even though the general election happened a week ago, some Kent locals are still talking about it. Coming up is coverage on an event that explores these results.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Liv Sharp.
And I'm Hayden Cruz.
Well, we start with Nikki Gajeski, who is live from the Kent Free Library.
That's right. A panel was held this afternoon to break down the election results. Tell us more, Nikki.
Yes, Liv and Hayden, I'm a little far away from you guys tonight as I'm at the Kent Free Library, where the Kent State Retirees Association hosted the event analyzing the election results this afternoon. This is one of their regular sessions, except this one educated members in depth on the ins and outs of last Tuesday.
Our main events are to have a monthly session that's of interest to our clientele. And because this November we had such an important election, we decided that the session would be about the election, and it would be an opportunity for specialists from the political science department at Kent State to comment on the results of the election and what the likely impact is going to be on our country.
This isn't like manuscript level kind of research. This is like hot take kind of level research. If we can have you leave here with something really cool to say at the next cocktail party, then we've succeeded.
The political science professors present at the library were Kent's own Dr. Ryan Clausen and Mike Isley. Both were brought to speak by Dr. Richard Braden. Together, Isley and Clausen spoke on voting patterns nationally, how the election went as it did, the performance of Sherrod Brown, and media coverage bias. For now, the association hosts monthly community-centered events, and they do plan to host a political event in the near future. Reporting live for KSTV News, I'm Nikki Gajeski.
All right, thank you, Nikki. Well, local mail carriers took to the streets on Monday to protest a USPS contract offer they received in October. The workers are being asked to accept 1.3% in annual raises and other contractual concessions, including a 13-minute cut in the time they have each morning to sort their mail so it's ready for delivery. Workers hope members of the USPS will vote no on this contract at the end of the month.
We have new details on the settlement from the city of Akron to Jalen Walker's family. According to the Summit County Probate Court, nearly half of the $4.5 million settlement will go towards fees and expenses of the DiCello Levitt law firm. This is not unusual, as many people say contingency agreements, which gives lawyers a fee based on the lawsuit's results. The rest will be distributed between Walker's sister and mother.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County. Let's dive right into our Wednesday night weather. First, we're going to take a look at our weather tonight. Wednesday night, 6 p.m. We are at a low 46 degrees, but a 0% chance of precipitation. Now, don't get used to that, because as we go into midnight, we're going to be keeping that same weather, about 45 degrees. And then 8 a.m. when most of us will be starting our mornings tomorrow on Thursday, it's going to be a high of 41, but 89% chance of precipitation, and that is only going to get worse as the day goes on. So we will definitely need our raincoats and our umbrellas tomorrow. Taking a closer look at tomorrow, we have a high of 46 and a low of 45, so we'll be keeping a pretty consistent temperature throughout the day. Rainy conditions as it goes, and wind heading southeast at up to 12 miles per hour. So that is going to be a lot that we'll be handling. And lastly, for now, we're going to be diving into our northeast regions. So we're going to start with where we are now. Kent, we are at 47 degrees. We have Cleveland 52, Ashtabula at 50, Sandusky the same with 50, Mansfield the same with 50 degrees, Worcester and Akron-Canton area, they both are at 48. And over here, we have, same as Ashtabula and Sandusky, Youngstown is also at 50 degrees tonight. Make sure to stick around for more from me covering our current statewide weather for this evening, as well as our upcoming forecast for this week. Back to you, Liv and Hayden.
All right, thank you, Eli. Well, the DI Dining Hall is offering Native American Heritage meals today from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. to celebrate Native American Heritage Month. Some meal options include fry bread, honey glazed carrots, and wild rice with roasted butternut squash. The meals will also be offered next Wednesday during the same times.
Tonight for Wellness Wednesday, the Kent State of Wellbeing is hosting a nutrition workshop with mindful eating tips and giveaways. They'll also be playing informative games to teach students about macronutrients and how to stay healthy. The workshop is being held in the Rec Center from 6 to 8 p.m. in partnership with the Student Dietetics Association.
The May 4th Visitors Center is hosting a viewing of a May 4th film tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. Held in room 141 of Taylor Hall, the film, directed by Danny Lyon and released in 2020, will examine his history as a staff photographer for SNCC, a group of activists from the 1960s. The film also features the final interviews of John Lewis and Julian Bond, key civil rights movement figures.
You like jazz? Well, you can join the Kent State School of Music for a jazz masterclass with trumpeter Paul Tynan tomorrow from 1 to 3 in the Center for the Performing Arts. He'll also be performing with KSU jazz groups tomorrow night at Blue Jazz in Akron at 7 p.m. Registration is not needed.
I actually do like jazz. Well, a local organization is helping others make a worldwide impact. Hands of Gratitude, based out of Portage County and founded by Kent native Matt Campana, is using 3D printed technology to create prosthetic hands for those who need them. While groups build the 3D printed hand, they are also given a card with a photo and information about the recipient. They can also decorate and write notes to the recipients. The devices are then distributed to recipients around the globe.
The University Hospital's Portage Medical Center Infectious Disease Clinic is expanding their services with a focus on vaccinations as we get into the winter season. They can also treat a number of other illnesses like pneumonia, the flu, or chickenpox. The Infectious Disease Clinic is located on the campus of UH Portage Medical Center. You can schedule an appointment online today.
A new fire station opened in Akron today. Station 12 opened today at 112 South Hawkins Avenue. In a post on Facebook, Akron Fire Department said personnel on duty yesterday were tidying up the new facility for the ribbon-cutting ceremony today. They also shared the hours for the general public open house, which are this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from noon to 4 p.m.
After supporting President-elect Trump throughout his whole campaign, Elon Musk has earned himself a position in Trump's administration. The details ahead.
A man was arrested for leaking classified information. More on this story coming up later.
At Kent State University, we want all students to develop a global perspective. And with more than 200 study abroad programs in 60 countries, there are many opportunities. One is found in the Central African country of Rwanda, where students connect with survivors of the 1994 genocide.
We're learning about the reconciliation process. Rwanda sort of took a very community-based approach to how they recovered.
In January, a group of Kent State student athletes traveled to Rwanda, where they organized a soccer camp for children.
While we were there, we got to work with kids and spread our knowledge about sports.
And we brought shoes, cleats, soccer balls for everybody.
It was a transformational experience.
The people of Rwanda were full of joy. They were also full of excitement and life.
I think the big thing that I'm going to take home personally from the experience is perspective. There's not just one way to do things.
This was unlike any other academic experience I've ever had.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is.
Pa, do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
The Medina County Sheriff's Office held updates regarding the fatal shooting of an Amber Alert suspect on Monday night. Charles Alexander was accused of kidnapping his 7-year-old daughter and was shot dead by police after threatening to shoot himself and the child. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is working with Medina Police to investigate the incident. Ohio Representative Gail Pavliga introduced a bill to prevent public universities from asking for preferred pronouns on job and college applications. She claims this will help keep Ohio's higher education unbiased and is calling for the platform Common App to revise their questions. The bill has been referred to the House Higher Education Committee and must receive final approval by the end of December to become law. Well, why by the end of December? We've entered the point after the election, but before inauguration, known as lame duck season, and Ohio lawmakers are trying to get as many bills passed as possible before the end of the year. Every bill that does not get passed before the end of the season dies, and the process to get it passed would start anew. Governor Mike DeWine has cited a bill to regulate or ban Delta 8 as the highest priority.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Let's get back to our Kent State and Portage County weather forecast for this Wednesday evening. We'll also take a look at our surrounding areas, including weather statewide. Right now, we are looking in the 6 o'clock hour for our major Ohio cities. Our Akron-Canton area, where we are resting in right now, is 48 degrees. Toledo, the same with 48. Columbus, usually always a bit higher than us. So we got 55 degrees in Cincinnati with the same 55. Athens at 51, and over to my side, we are going to have Pittsburgh with another 51 degrees tonight. So we're still getting a little bit of those high 40s, low 50s while we head into these kind of colder seasons. Our extended forecast for this week to take a look at starting tomorrow, we are going to have high of only 46 and low of 45, 92% chance of precipitation. So we definitely need to get ready for that rain. Friday, only a 19% chance of precipitation, working back up with a high of 52. Saturday and Sunday, we're only heading up with a high of 53 for Saturday, high of 57 for Sunday. Only 8% chance of precipitation on Sunday, so we'll be able to enjoy a little bit of that weather. And it's only going to be crawling back up when it comes to the start of next week, high of 58 for both Monday and Tuesday. But take a look at Tuesday's precipitation. We have a 46% chance of precipitation. So we're going to want to pull out those raincoats that we'll be using again tomorrow. And lastly, a week from today, next Wednesday, high of 54, low of 40 degrees, and a 43% chance of precipitation. Check back tomorrow evening for more weather-related content. As always, I'm your Wednesday weather anchor, Eli Federspiel. See you next week, Portage County. Stay warm out there.
All right, thank you again, Eli. Well, we now move into the aftermath of the 2024 presidential election. President Biden welcomed President-elect Donald Trump to the Oval Office today. Biden called for a smooth transition of power, to which Trump agreed.
Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you. Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having a, like we said, smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
NBC News projected today that Republicans will maintain control of the House of Representatives by the thinnest of margins. If this happens, this will allow Trump to quickly fill out his cabinet and other top administration roles and advance his agenda for the next 2 years. As of today, Republicans flipped 7 seats, but Democrats flipped 6 seats. Republicans have captured the 218 seats needed to secure the majority to Democrats' 208 seats. Last week, Republicans flipped 3 Democratic Senate seats to win control of the upper chamber. Jack Smith, the special counsel who pursued 2 federal prosecutions of Donald Trump, says he plans to finish his work and resign before Trump takes office. Smith's ultimate goal is to not leave any significant part of his work for others to complete and to get 2 steps ahead of the president-elect. Smith's office is still drawing up its plan for how to end the cases, but anything could alter his intended timeline. As he prepares for his last act as special counsel, Smith's audience won't be a jury, but the public. John Thune will lead the Senate Republican Conference next term. The South Dakotian succeeded Minority Leader Mitch McConnell in a 3-way election through a closed-door vote. At the age of 63, Thune is considered relatively young for leadership and has not committed to imposing a term limit on the role. Thune will take over in January at the turn of the new Congress, when Republicans are expected to control the House, Senate, and presidency. Republicans currently hold a 53-seat majority. President-elect Donald Trump announced a new Department of Government Efficiency. The new department will be led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. In a statement, Trump said, quote, "Together, these 2 wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and redestruct federal agencies." The creation of the department was proposed as part of a slate of new economic plans Trump unveiled in early September. Trump also named Pete Hegseth to be the next Secretary of Defense. In a statement Tuesday, Trump called Hegseth, quote, "tough, smart, and a true believer in America first." Hegseth, a co-host on the Fox network, marks the 2nd television personality to be elevated to a cabinet-level position in Trump's upcoming term. According to the Hegseth website, he is an Army veteran of Iraq, Afghanistan, and Guantanamo Bay. He's earned 2 Bronze Stars and a Combat Infantryman's Badge. That's been your update on the aftermath of the presidential election. Back to you, Liv.
Thanks, Hayden. Yesterday, the FBI arrested a man who allegedly leaked classified information about Israel's retaliation attacks against Iran. Asif Rahman had access to the classified documents, which he posted on Telegram in October. He was indicted last Thursday for willfully retaining and transmitting national defense information. He was arrested in Cambodia, and the DOJ is asking he be moved to Virginia to stand trial. The Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that inflation had increased during the month of October for the first time in 6 months. Consumer prices rose 0.2%, and housing-related inflation accounted for 50% of the rise. Inflation is still trending down since it peaked in June of 2022, and underlying inflation still seems to be stable.
Apple is releasing a new feature to help passengers track their luggage, which is better helping passengers and airlines find lost luggage.
The undefeated Cavaliers head to Philadelphia with a chance to continue their win streak. We have this preview and many more on your KSTV Sports Report.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Today, the world could use a little more understanding. Understanding nurtured by shared values. we come together at Kent State. Different dreams, different viewpoints, united by purpose. Preparing to make a difference in our divided world. Wherever you are in your life's journey, come learn with us. Begin at Kent State.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dom O'Brien, and today we're going to discuss some previews in the college and professional scene, along with the highlight of a ranked matchup that happened in college hoops last night. So let's get started with some football. As the KSU football team, they have a midweek action matchup tonight at 7 p.m. at Miami of Ohio. The Redhawks sit with a 5-4 record and haven't lost to Kent State at home since November 10th of 2012. Now over to the hardwood, the Kent State men's basketball team tips off at number 5 ranked Auburn at 8 p.m. This is the highest ranked opponent the Golden Flashes have played since 2008, where they played number 1 ranked North Carolina. Now you can watch the football match on ESPNU and the basketball game on ESPN+. Now moving over to a local team that's having a heck of a start to the season, the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers head to Philadelphia to play the 2-8 76ers. Philadelphia's Paul George and former MVP Joel Embiid have been ruled out for tonight's game, while Cavs will be without Jared Allen, potentially due to a left leg strain. The Cavaliers look to grab their 13th win in a row to break the tie with the 96 Chicago Bulls and the 82 Seattle Supersonics. The tip-off in Philly begins at 7:30 p.m., where Cleveland is favored by 11.5 points. And now we're going to go over to that ranked matchup that we talked about. It's Kentucky and it's Duke, number 6 and number 19. And we'll get started here with Lamont Butler, who takes it straight from the timeline, draws the foul, and gets the bucket to cut the lead to 3. But on the other side, Duke's Cooper Flagg, the true freshman, takes his time, fires the 3, and drops it down. He ended up having 26 points on the night, but now Kentucky down by 4. What a shot from Kerr Kriisa. Launches from the top of the key, makes it a 1-point game, and then the Wildcats would have the lead by 2, but that's just for Cooper Flagg once again to get the basket and the foul. Duke leads by 1, 70-69. And now back to the Wildcats in the paint. Drawing the foul again, this time is Andrew Carr as he gets the bucket to take back the lead. Now they're up by 2, 74-72. Cooper Flagg, what do you got? Well, you mishandled the ball, buddy. That's one of the many mistakes you'll make as a freshman. As he slips, he couldn't get his foot up, he steps out of bounds, he turns it over, and that results in a win for Kentucky as they upset Duke 77-72. What a match there. And that's all the time we have for you tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to check out on both of those Kent State games on ESPNU and ESPN+. I'm Dom O'Brien. We'll send it back to Hayden.
All right, thank you, Dom. Well, Space Girls and Rocket Men rejoice. New images of Jupiter have been released by NASA. We'll give you more details on the images coming up next.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Eva Marie smoked
12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
NASA has released new images of the planet Jupiter, which show its stunning and colorful atmosphere. These images come from NASA's Juno spacecraft. This is a rare and stunning look at the biggest planet in the solar system. The images will also help scientists study the inner workings of the planet. But for now, let's just take a second to look at these breathtaking pics.
Absolutely gorgeous. Well, Apple has a new feature to help people find lost luggage. In the Find My app, users can generate a link to an AirTag's location, then share that location link with a third party, like airlines. The new service will be integrated into airline customer service at 15 carriers, including Delta and United. Passengers with an AirTag on their luggage will be able to share its live location with the airline, helping people track their luggage while flying. It will automatically expire either when the user is reunited with their AirTag or after 7 days. All right, AirTags, who's got them?
Not me.
Well, I don't. Did he like tell you that?
I don't have one.
He's keeping track.
Yep.
He is. But I think that's very good because
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like, especially during the holiday season, traveling is so hectic, and you lose your bag, you lose like everything.
For sure, it's definitely coming at the right time.
I lose my AirPods just constantly, so I couldn't imagine, having an AirTag specifically for luggage, because then, it's just going to be a whole ordeal. And
Right.
I don't know. I don't fly much anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right, we're not going anywhere. We live here.
Yeah, now the question is, though, because there's always the talk of your luggage being safe and secured, because sometimes your luggage not always the best shape when it comes out of their little terminal. So, do you think it's safe to put an AirTag in your luggage?
I mean, I feel
It's
like
a part of the risk because what's worse, losing your entire thing of luggage. I think it's just kind of you're
That's
just
a
being
valid point.
cautious. You're being cautious.
wrap your AirTag in like a couple layers of clothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, an AirTag is like the cheapest thing you can buy from Apple
It's
technology
like
wise.
50
Yeah, like I think at most it's $50.
Right.
I don't know what that.
pretty
I don't
And that's
know what
saying
that
something
says.
for
Yeah,
Apple.
yeah.
Well, yeah. But
It's like
looking
with a
at
little
technology wise,
Right.
it's definitely on the cheaper side.
Now,
I
did
think
you
it's
guys-
worth it personally.
Oh,
To
I
be better
think so.
safe than sorry.
Correct, because then it's gone, and then you have to get a voucher and a whole other thing.
Right.
Now, did you guys get a chance to look at those pictures of Jupiter?
Absolutely,
I
that
did.
was amazing.
It's
I
absolutely
I
stunning.
mean, I'm a big solar system guy, so
I can tell.
I love seeing that.
That was absolutely gorgeous. All right,
Thank
well,
you.
that is all the time we have left for you tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For the latest updates on stories that impact our community, go to the Kent Wired website and follow us on social media. I'm Hayden Cruz.
I'm Tom O'Brien.
I'm Eli Fettersfield.
And I'm Liv Sharp.
Have a great night, Portage County.
Kent State University's Marcello Fantoni has served on the scientific committee of the Palace of Versailles for the past decade. Through this prestigious position, Fantoni creates worldwide connections, helping Kent State students and faculty realize one-of-a-kind global experiences.
Today, Kent State University is a global university. We have a presence in every single continent of this planet. If we send our Ohio students all over the world and bring their experiences back, we create the conditions in Ohio for a much healthier and stronger development of the entire state. When you come back and you have more tools in your brain, more options for solutions, you are a more talented, a more versatile professional. And this is what the market wants today. The future of higher education is global.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.